All right, let's get this thing going. Welcome, everyone, to another Let's Talk Jurassic. So what are we going to be doing here tonight? Talking Jurassic, that's all I know. I don't have any other plans. We're just going to be sitting here talking about Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, whatever you want. I have no agenda tonight. I've got no plans, no schedule for the conversation or anything like that. So please hit us up in the comment section. Let me know what you want to talk about. Anything. I know, let's see. How can we steer away from a lot of the most recent conversations? Anything else we can kind of weave into? Because I know a lot of the stuff, which I think we won't be able to help tonight, E750 comes up a lot, right? It comes up always. I think it's already started to come up in the chat. So maybe we'll touch on it. We'll see. But give me some ideas. Give me some thoughts. What are you guys hungry for? Like, what kind of information do you want to know about? What kind of conversations do you want to start? I am ready. I'm always ready to go off the cuff. This week we actually did. Finally, we got back to the Jurassic mailbag on the podcast, which is always awesome. It's always great to get back to that with Jennifer Evans. It's been since December. Oh, I should probably turn this. I turned this music back on. I forgot about my music. Let me get that going. It's been since December since we recorded a mailbag, and we had a ton of stuff to get through. I think we got through most of it. There was even a voicemail in there from like before Christmas or right after Thanksgiving or before. I forget, one of those things. It was like super early. And yeah, so we've been off for a while, but it was really exciting to get back to answering everybody's questions as much as we possibly can. There was a lot of Googling in this past episode. A lot of things I was like, all right, let me look this up real quick. But that happens all the time here. So I am ready. Whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever ideas you have. Usually I come with a bunch of pre-planned topics. But this week I was like, you know what? Let's just kind of roll with it. See what everybody else wants to talk about. Some nights I end up kind of just skipping over a lot of the comments and stuff like that. So hopefully tonight I can get to as many as I can. I like that Jared here says it's open season on Jurassic topics tonight. Yeah, I like that. Open season. I wonder how much that'll play, that whole open season. I wonder how much that'll play into Jurassic World Dominion. That'll be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's an interesting question, which you didn't even ask the question. You just wrote this. You just wrote the words, it's open season on Jurassic topics tonight. And I'm like, I'm already going there. Already going into open season, somehow relating it to Jurassic. So open season, we're talking about just going to town with the hunting and all that, right? So I don't know. I'm not a hunter, but we've already gotten, which I think is our foot in the door, right? We got our foot in the door with hunting. Of course, we had the hunters and the gatherers, right, from the Lost World. We consider the InGen team the hunters, and the gatherers are more so Malcolm's team of people there. Just a very few amount of people there. But within that group, mostly just like one hunter, right? Like one true hunter is what it really felt like. One guy that, not even for the sake of hunting in the way that I'm thinking, but, you know, he just wanted to take down the male, the buck. You know, he wanted to hunt that thing, but it was like hunt it to keep it alive so that they could use it at their exhibit on in San Diego. So that's kind of like off to the side as far as open season's concerned. But with Camp Cretaceous Season 2, we got like our foot in the door with true hunters and what that means for dinosaurs that are on their own. Right? We finally started to see like what does that mean for dinosaurs? It would have been interesting, you know, if, say for instance, Dominion has some kind of hunting going on in that movie, which I can't imagine it doesn't. I feel like with dinosaurs on the loose, whether it's in just your typical wooded area in California, whether it's open season in just the woods or if it's open season on some sort of grounds, something like that, like a reserve or something. I don't know who's going to have these dinosaurs. We've heard for so many years now, even prior to Fallen Kingdom, that other companies are going to have their hands in the mix. And now we're seeing other companies like Biosyn. So is there a chance they're involved in that? Are these dinosaurs that could be hunted? Are they going to be from the InGen source, the InGen stream of dinosaurs that left the island and are now in California? Or are they going to be from somewhere else? So that's an interesting question as well. But I feel like hunting has got to have some sort of aspect for these dinosaurs, because coming up with like ideas as far as like where does this plot go naturally when animals or dinosaurs are in the wild on their own, I think one of the first things you ever think about is hunting, right? You think about, well, how are humans going to interact with these things? Are they going to try to kill them for, just for safety? Are they going to try to hunt them for sport? We've already gotten a little bit of, foot in the door from the Indominus Rex. They that thing was hunting for sport. So now the dinosaurs are going to be hunted for sport. I'm assuming this is where I'm going in my head. But with Camp Cretaceous Season 2, we had our first foot in the door with Mitch and Tiff. I think that was an interesting way to introduce us into that world where dinosaurs are, like in their case, I don't know about Tiff, but Mitch had some sort of weird outlook as if he was trying to save these things and preserve them, but also kill them. So it was very weird, right? But we've got a glimpse at a dinosaur with its head cut off. Super gruesome. We didn't get the blood and the guts and all that stuff, but it's there. We know what's behind that tarp. So that's pretty dark. That's a pretty dark thing to introduce, even within a kid's show. It gets our foot in the door. And even in that show, Tiff straight up shoots a dinosaur straight in the face. And that is just brutal. Super, super brutal. And if that is the start of something bigger, maybe alluding to in Jurassic World Dominion, imagine how dark that could get. How gross is that movie gonna be? How many rich dentists are we gonna have to witness, kill dinosaurs? I don't know. I don't want to see it personally. Like, I feel like it will happen, but I don't want to see that. I feel like I would just be like so burdened in the theater, like, oh my God, with emotions just constantly hitting me. But like, I kind of do want an allusion to the rich dentist line from The Lost World. I kind of want that to come true and see what that is actually like. And even if it's just a one-off, like a crew of people. So for instance, tangent here, but I went to Africa, and I went out on a safari. We didn't hunt, but we were witnessing these animals in the wild. In the same place, there are like, poachers and stuff like that, so you never know what you're going to come across. But in our Jeep, our truck that we had, it was like myself and my wife, and then like another family, and then they switched out one week, and then like a new family came in while we were about to leave. So I imagine like I can see this scenario where like you've got that type of excursion from like some sort of reserve headquarters or something, and like two families get into a big vehicle, a hunting vehicle or something like that. Or maybe you don't even know it's a hunting vehicle at first. They kind of like obscure it, and then all of a sudden later on in the scene you see that happen. And that could be like the opening of a movie or something. But like that would be really interesting to see, like the families introduce themselves and be like, so what do you do? I'm a banker. How about you? I'm a dentist. And then that's it. Like, that's the illusion. And then we are just dying in the theater laughing, and hilariously to everybody else who is who has no clue what we're laughing about. I think that would be pretty funny because most people, I don't think, are going to cue in on that whole rich dentist line from The Lost World back in 1997. I think the average moviegoer does not remember that line, but for us, like, hardcore fans, that's something we cue in on and pick up on pretty easily. So I think that would be pretty funny and a nice, like, a nice homage for big time fans that have been around for a while. So you just said open season and I went to town. So you're right. It is open season. So what else do we got? What else do we have here? Jurassic World fan says, who is excited for the next Beyond the Gates? I think everybody is, right? When is that happening? I totally forget. I think it's like mid-March or something, right? Isn't it? You gotta find it. No idea where it is. It's me Googling yet again. All right, so let's see. What are the dates on this one? Wednesday, 3/17. One exclusive item from the Legacy Collection. So yeah, I think that one exclusive item is going to be the Dennis Nedry Jeep. That's what I'm guessing. The Dennis Nedry 3 3/4 inch Jeep with the canvas cover in the back, as well as Nedry with the raincoat I think he has, and some other little effects. I think there's a Dilophosaurus there too. I'm assuming it's all one big pack, so that'll be interesting to see how that thing's packaged up. But that could be our one Legacy Collection thing, because thinking of the things that have been revealed already, that seems to be the most likely for the Legacy Collection. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna assume. But yeah, we've seen a bunch of Camp Cretaceous toy leaks as well. And I'm interested to see what that next month on 4/21, what that one exclusive item from Camp Cretaceous is going to be. We've seen a bunch of like packed items, with like a dinosaur and a human. There's a few different humans I've seen, and some interesting things in there. So maybe one of those. I don't know. What else we got here? Let's see. Monsterzilla 1954. Getting over to the E750 talk pretty quick here. So, you had mentioned here in your comments, what do you think about the design of E750? The design of E750. I have no idea. I don't think there has been one. Has there? Has there been like an image or anything like that? I know that there's been kind of concepts of what people are thinking it's gonna look like, but has there been an actual image of one? You'll have to cue me in on that because I have no idea. But as far as I know, I haven't seen one. But as far as what everybody is, I'm laughing at Siaka's comment here. Clearly, E750 is Mephisto. Yeah, I think so. Mephisto. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what everybody has heard about E750. I'm not. Why is my color so bright? But I don't know what everybody's heard, so I'm not going to get into that very much. I'm not going to talk about the idea that everybody has heard about and all that. But again, I kind of want you guys to tell me, without kind of revealing it or anything like that. I don't know what you guys have already said in the chats, but let me know what you think or why you think that it's E750. I really want to know. Because This is a conversation that I feel I was really mostly not involved in, the origins of this whole toy reveal, the name that was revealed via some toy leaks and stuff like that, and the connections between that toy leak and E750. So I really want to know why is everybody putting two and two together? But yeah, that's my question to you guys. As far as what that concept is, as far as we know, not a huge fan of it. No, I'm talking vaguely here for people who don't have any idea, but not a big fan of what that concept could be. I think that there's more interesting routes for them to go, but I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to wait and see how it plays out. I think there needs to be a lot of explaining. So I don't know how that'll happen, but I think there needs to be a lot of explaining as to why this thing that has been potentially leaked from the toy line exists. So let me know what you guys think, though. I know a lot of you are deep into the conversation about E750 and the toy reveal and all that stuff. So let me know what you think about those connections. What's up, Jurassic Dave? Motion Panda asks, do you think Camp Cretaceous Season 3 is the last season? No. I definitely don't think so. I think we'll certainly have 4 seasons. I think so. If not more. I would love it if they went, a bunch of seasons after that. And I've gone pretty deep on what I kind of want out of future seasons, so I don't want to rehash it too much because I know a lot of you are here, every Wednesday night when we do these. But my hope and my dream, and this is something that I actually it doesn't really relate, but I put it on Twitter and Instagram the other day, or yesterday or today, I don't know when it was, yesterday maybe, about pipe dreams for toy lines and stuff like that. But as far as pipe dreams go for Camp Cretaceous, I really want Season 4 to be kind of a follow-up to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and where the kids are now. Because if you think about the projected timeline of events as far as when this show would have taken place, when it would have been released, when Dominion would have initially came out, I think, it would lead you to believe that Season 4 could have come after Jurassic World Dominion. So I kind of would want Season 4 to kind of pick up right after that outbreak in Fallen Kingdom. And, the kids find out that dinosaurs have escaped, right? I imagine this. I hate this. I really hate doing this to you guys. And I dislike doing it to myself because when these things don't happen, it's always such a bummer. But imagine the start of Season 4 or something like that is shots of the kids, at home. They've been saved. They were, they're saved in Season 3 as far as I'm concerned. And they get home, and then years later, right? So from 2015 to whenever, 2018 or whatever Dominion Fallen Kingdom takes place, I would like to see them kind of witnessing the news, the news of the dinosaurs dying on Nublar, because I don't think I can't imagine mainstream media or anything like that would know about the operation, right? The Mills Lockwood Woo operation thing to try to get those dinosaurs to Lockwood Manor for the sale. I think that would have still been off the radar from most people. So I imagine in my head, after Fallen Kingdom or during Fallen Kingdom, there's probably news coverage like we saw in the beginning of Fallen Kingdom. They were already covering it on BBC, right? They were covering how what the volcano looks like now, the ash was pouring out of it, what's going to happen with these dinosaurs. And then we cut to courtroom scenes and stuff like that, right? So I assume that the media would be covering the downfall of this island that has a very, very long history. And the media covered it back when they were being transported back to the island in 1997 after the Lost World. And I assume they would be covering the explosion of the volcano. Look, we all see volcanoes on the news every now and then when it happens. So why would this be any different? So I would have loved to see the kids sitting at home with their families or by themselves, whoever, and they're witnessing the downfall of this island. And I assume they would leave Bumpy on the island and just kind of part ways with Bumpy and be like, you need to live here. You can't come home with us. This is where you belong. You belong with other dinosaurs, not with humans. And Bumpy's reluctant, but I was like, okay, fine. I don't know why that Bumpy kind of sounded a little bit like Ben. Maybe Ben's rubbing off a little bit. I don't know. But to see them witnessing that would be really traumatic and really, sad. To see the shots of the volcano exploding, the lava, the newscaster being like, well, it looks like this just in. It looks like no dinosaurs are alive after tonight's festivities. This just in, a Brachiosaurus died on a dock, burned in lava after the break. Whatever. Do they do this anymore? I don't think so, right? Unless they're getting the breaking news. A Brachiosaurus has succumbed to fire. Can't wait for, if he ever gets around to this, I don't know if he's watching, but Genozoic artists, send me a GIF of the Brachiosaurus dying and just saying, this just in. I'm just talking to myself. That's what I feel like right now. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so the kids are watching this all unfold on TV, which I think you would naturally do. And then, they sulk for a few days or a day or whatever, 2 days, and they see, news coverage of dinosaurs interacting with humans on the mainland. And they get some hope, and they're like, oh my God, what? Dinosaurs are here now? Oh, well, first off, that's horrible. That's terrifying. We just escaped them a few years ago, and now they're here. But then the news coverage covering one of the incidents is Ben sees Bumpy running through the forest or, just missing a car on a highway or something like that. And, he's like, oh my God, Bumpy's here. And he would sound older though. So I don't know what that would sound like, but, oh my God, Bumpy's here. Why am I doing this? I don't know. But Bumpy's here, and they find out he's alive, so then they have to do a whole Fast and Furious mission style kind of thing to go out and track down Bumpy and get Bumpy to safety and, do some other fun adventures. And I think that would be an amazing kickoff point for season 4. I think that is a huge, huge pipe dream. I don't think that'll happen. But how cool would that be? That would be insane. That would be amazing, and I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I imagine like Ben, which I don't know why I keep going back to him. I think because it would really focus on him a lot, because so far, I feel like most of the seasons have focused a lot on Darius, which is rightfully so. It is kind of his show. But imagine if another season kind of kicks off with Ben as more of the focus. But I imagine him going to school or something and be like, guys, I swear, I rode a dinosaur. And nobody ever believes him. It's kind of like the whole Ian Malcolm effect after The Lost World or after Jurassic Park. He said, I was on an island with dinosaurs. And everybody's like, yeah, you definitely saw dinosaurs, didn't you? And what am I doing again? And I feel like that, people would have that same effect with Ben, where they don't believe that he rode a dinosaur because it sounds super outlandish, right? But he actually did it. And then imagine that would be super cool. Like a Allosaurus or, that Allosaurus from Battle at Big Rock encounters a group of kids or something just hanging out together. And it's just about to just go through all those kids. And then Ben shows up riding Bump and he's like, hi guys, I saved you. And it's just like, and he's like, And all the kids are just dropping to the ground like, and at that point that they all messed up and they didn't believe him. I'm writing an amazing show for you guys here tonight, so I hope you like it. This is my projections for Camp Cretaceous Season 4. Wow, that's not going to happen, but I really like it. DreamWorks, you listening? So what else do we have to talk about? I've read one sentence each from you guys and just been going off for 30 minutes. Yeah, I would talk about the Jurassic Operation. What is it called? Operation Genesis. I don't know. What is it called? Yeah. Okay, Jared. I'm looking at your first message, and it's completely messing me up. And I was like, Jurassic Operation Park. What? I was super confused, and then I just saw your correction literally right underneath. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis archives or whatever. I literally just saw that just a little bit before sitting down to do this, so I don't really know enough about it to talk about it. But maybe next time, maybe next week we can talk about that. But yeah, what's up, Steve? I don't know if you're here still. What's going on, Steve? Good to see you again. Oh man, I just jumped ahead way too far. Oh my gosh. And going back to our conversation about the hunting, the open season on the dinosaurs in Dominion, I like that Siaka mentions that Colin did say that dinosaurs in the Jurassic World franchise are meant to represent modern animals. So yeah, I mean, that would definitely lead you to believe that, like, if these are just supposed to be modern animals, a different take on them, we have to deal with that a lot, and it's something that has happened a lot. We see in the media constantly from random people, public figures, whoever it is, that they're showing off their trophies. And I imagine that will certainly happen again. With Camp Cretaceous, I fundamentally do not agree with Mitch and Tiff and what they did. But if I had to agree with poachers, I guess I would side with them, because at least he's trying to document and preserve, I guess. But I don't know if most poachers would be of that mentality. But I don't agree with either, any poacher mentality. But if I had to, I guess I would side with Mitch and Tiff. I don't know. That sounds messed up either way. So let's see. Skipping over here, Jared said something that also might impact potential rich dentist hunts might be how elusive the dinosaurs might be in a much, much larger habitat. Yeah, I mean, that all depends. That all really depends about, kind of like what I was bringing up earlier, is, are these dinosaurs in the wild, or are they in a preserve or a hunting grounds or something like that? If it's a hunting grounds, like, no issue, they'll just be there. If some other company is producing them for that reason, which I would assume, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say definitely one of those companies or one of those buyers in Fallen Kingdom probably had that idea in mind. I could guarantee you that. I could guarantee you that. And they did a lot of focusing on, I'm assuming it was like a Russian guy or something like that, the 20 millions guy. But I would put money on the fact that one of those purchasers, got dinosaurs in order to create more. I would definitely assume that. So the habitat thing, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'll see dinosaurs being hunted in the wild, but also you say elusiveness, I say the exclusiveness of hunting Hiting? How did I get there? I don't know. Hunting them in a preserve or something like that, where they got to pay a ton of money to do so, because this series is about two things. It's about family, but it's always about greed, right? So it's always about greed, and I think that could be, and imagine that, like a reserve or preserve or whatever it would be, and I guess not a preserve, right? A hunting reserve or something where you don't know who's going to be the prey in a way. That's pretty interesting. It's like, oh, guys, you forgot to sign your waiver. Oh, what was that waiver again? You might die. You might get eaten by a dinosaur. We're not going to protect you. This is on you. If you want to hunt here, you're going to have to live with it. You're going to have to live with the fact that you could die. And that's the thrill. That's the thrill of our hunting here at the Jurassic Operation Park Genesis Hunting Preserve. God. But yeah, that could be like a selling point. It's like the thrill of the hunt. I'm writing this stuff, guys. Why am I not on their teams? I don't know. And so Monsterzilla 1954 also says, what dinosaur do you want to be in Camp Cretaceous Season 3? What dinosaur? So, typically they've gone multiple, like, big bads in a way. So whatever E750 is surely will be a major component of that. Personally, after saying I don't really care for what the leak kind of says, I still would love to see a Troodon in that role. But yeah, I mean, if that was to show up in any sort of way or fashion, I would be down for that. I think I would really love to see that. I would love to see that expanded in some way. Give us something unique and different that is not a part of any films or shows or anything yet. Because, for the most part, I feel like for the most part there has been no surprises. Is that accurate to say? I think that's accurate. I feel like that's at least accurate. I don't think there's been any surprise species. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, everything that we've seen so far has been in something before. Little, very little, or big, I don't know. But I would kind of want something brand new. Not a hybrid, just a brand new, a real dinosaur. But if it had to be which we know there's a hybrid, so I guess... a Troodon could still be a hybrid of something, I guess, but I don't know. Motion Panda brings up a great conversation piece here. Actually, nobody has talked about how Dominion will deal with the Mosasaurus. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, outside of the introduction, which was, surely minimal in Fallen Kingdom, they don't really know what to do with the Mosasaurus. It had its big moments in Jurassic World, very, very short, of course, as well. It had 3 big moments in Jurassic World. In Fallen Kingdom, it had 2 moments, and one of which, the one at the end, was just stock footage. That wave, that entire sequence there of the wave coming in with the surfers, a lot of that was just stock footage that they grabbed and threw a mosasaur in. So really wasn't much of a sequence, and surely it was only 4 seconds long, I feel like, at most. So I feel like they're lost. Like, what do we do with this thing? I mean, I have said for years now that I want, like, a Jaws movie, like one of these spin-off movies, to be the Mosasaur. I think that would be amazing, is to have, a full entire movie about the Mosasaur, and that would be incredible. Like a a huge like allusion to Steven Spielberg and Jaws, it could be really, really cool. But yeah, in Dominion, what happens there? I mean, what else can you do? It has to be like, I don't know, it has to be very minimal, because like that thing could just go wherever it wants, really, like outside of the land, but it can go wherever and just kind of disappear, right? So honestly, I feel like if they were to spin that off into its own movie or something, I would kind of be okay with them just dismissing it in this movie and being like, you know, we've got these dinosaurs here, and God knows where the mosasaur is, and that's it. And then we're like, okay, God knows where it is, somewhere. It's out there somewhere. That's kind of like what I would hope how they hope they deal with it, if it's going to have a bigger, you know, impact later on, which we don't know. That's just me theorizing what would be cool. Joseph Barnes here says, what's your thoughts on the live action production? Fantastic. What are my thoughts on the live action production? I think we had heard that was going to be Dominion based or something like that, right? I think we heard that. So what if you know, we get the introduction of these cool characters in Dominion of Mamuto Athi and Dewanda Wise, which I don't know how they interact with each other in this film. I have heard, you know, rumors of them being a couple or something like that. So what if they're introduced in Dominion and then spun off into a live action television show that kind of, you know, we get to see what their focus is in Dominion and how they can help, and then we see how they you know, operate more in a live action show. I think that could be a cool way to go. Somebody had said, I don't remember where, Frank Marshall, Colin, somebody had said something about those characters. Let's see. Okay, so this is a Deadline. Let's see where I can find this. All right, so here's a line from Deadline. It says, they welcome newcomers to the movie such as Mamuto Athi and Dewanda Wise. In parentheses here it says, who we've separately heard could have a big role in future installments. So if Deadline, you know, they've got a good thing going. They're good. They're accurate a lot of the time, and they have a lot of good insight into the, you know, into the industry and all that, obviously. So I'm trusting their instincts here when they say that they've heard it a few times that they could have a big role in future installments. What if those installments are, you know, WandaVision / Mandalorian type TV show that focuses on two characters spun off from the films? That could be really, really cool. And I would 100% be on board. I don't know what it would be. But my instincts and hopes, kind of my pipe dreams for that, is it's kind of a take on what we saw in those motion comics, which were not very good. But the bones are there. The bones are there, right? So it's these two people. One is a forest ranger, and the other one is, you know, a reporter. And I imagine that could be a really fun story, a live action story to see. Whether pre-Dominion, post-Fallen Kingdom sometime, pre-Dominion, or even after Dominion. I don't know, because we don't know where Dominion's going to lead. So I think that would be an amazing show, is to see this couple here tracking down dinosaur interactions and incidences all around the globe, wherever that is, and using their instincts as a reporter to go out and get the story, find out where things are going to be, where the dinosaurs are off to next, how can we track them down, and that's how the ranger comes in, or whoever. I think that could be cool, because he could use his instincts to track and to capture, or whatever he could do to help out with that storyline. And I don't know why I put it on him, but maybe it's because of the motion comics. The husband in that is the ranger. The mom in that is or I don't know why I said husband and mom. The wife in that, she was a mom as well, but the wife in that was the reporter. So I think that would be really cool. If that's how that went. That would be fun. They don't have to necessarily do those jobs, but I think that would be a fun show, and a great way to spin off of Dominion, and a logical way, I think. Now, where was I? Sorry, I'm just reading through all the comments here. Yeah, Jurassic Tree Reviews says, yes, there has been a figure, and then followed that up. Joey Briscoe followed up, that was fake. Yeah, that's what I was assuming you were kind of relating it to. There has been, for E750, there has been concept art or whatever, which is not real. So that's not real. But, very well could look like that. Who knows? So we got Astrosaurus Rex, who is subbed. And then Viragosaur says, why am I not subbed to this channel? I don't know. That's on you. Yeah, Rebel Commander says, why is it always E750? Like, everything always comes back to that time and time again, yet still no new actual information on it. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of conversations, things to talk about tonight. And one of my things was E750, but why do we keep coming back to this? Because E750 is, I don't know if I've heard of a more discussed topic, in recent years about anything in the Jurassic fandom, like something that has been overwhelmingly discussed. Surely we discuss a lot of things at length, but E750 is huge right now. And of course, the season just ended. When was that? January. I mean, it debuted in January and ended in January, I guess, depending on when you watched it. But so it's still fresh, but it's heavy, man. Like, everybody is really, really into it, and I was wondering why. Like, what is the reasoning, and what is everybody's thoughts on why it is such a hot topic right now? I don't mind it at all. I don't mind the suggestions of E750. I just was, I was curious as to why it's such a big topic right now. I backed out of my live stream hub here. Let me get back to it. By the way, shout out to everybody that's in here tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being subscribed. If you don't know who we are or what we do here, and why, I don't know why my light is so bright here tonight. At least it looks that way. Is it fine? It looks fine. If you don't know who we are, this is something we do a lot. Is first off, we live stream, but we podcast, and this is the Jurassic Park podcast. This is not the podcast. The podcast is, it's specific audio released to the podcasting feeds that are Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. It's on Audible. It's on Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. And that is always completely different than what we usually upload here. Every now and then we upload the podcast or a portion of the podcast here, but mostly it's a completely unique thing to this YouTube experience. But yeah, so make sure to go download it there. If you like what you're hearing here, there's certainly more of that. Like this week, which I talked about a little bit in the beginning, this week on the show is the Jurassic Mailbag, where we have a voicemail line. You can submit MP3s or emails and call in whatever to have us answer your questions. So that's like usually one of the biggest shows, that and like the Jurassic Wire, two of our biggest, our biggest segments, I guess you could say, on the show. And the week before was the Jurassic Park book club. So if any of you guys are readers, catch up with us. We're going to be reading Jurassic Park together, so go read that along with us. And then on March 22nd, we're going to have a full, I say full, but it's going to be the first third of the book. We're going to kind of review, react to the first third, and have a lot of conversations from you guys as well. So make sure to check into that as well, the Jurassic Park book club. But yeah, let's get back to the comments here and see what you guys are talking about again. I have to find out where I was. Completely lost my spot. Why is it not going any higher than this? I don't know why it's not going back any farther, but let's see. Oh, I've never done the pop-out chat. I like that. All right, still this pop-out chat's not really going as far back as I want. Oh, a top chat, live chat. Oh, there we go. That's what I think I needed. Maybe not. I don't know. This thing's not working right. All right, so we're gonna kick it off here. Let's see. Jurassic Battle Droid says, "Are we gonna talk about those leaks?" Not really. I mean, I refer to leaks here and there, and I really only try to discuss leaks when it's specifically notated. I'm going to say I'll upload a video where I say we're going to discuss spoilers or leaks or whatever, because that's a thing that, not everybody really wants to discuss in the open. Jurassic World fan says, Jurassic World needs more spin-off series. Yes, of course. I know when Jurassic World came out, they didn't really have a lot of expectations for that film. But the fact that it's taking so long to catch up with spin-offs and other material, it's encouraging, but also disheartening at the same time, because thinking about like how much we could have had and how far behind everything is when it comes to that, because they continually go back to Jurassic World and kind of refer to that timeline. So it would have been nice to have a lot of that stuff earlier on, but here we are, still with Jurassic World content coming out, however many years later. Jurassic World fan says, I heard that Delta is alive. Whoa. I mean, that's certainly not the case. But I like your thinking. I like your thinking. A lot of talk about the Spino. Yeah, I would love for the Spino to be included in the future of this franchise in some way. I don't think enough credit is given to that creature. You know, a lot of people just instinctively hate it because of its, you know, it defeating the T-Rex or a T-Rex in Jurassic Park 3. But it really is incredible, and it's a really awesome, you know, dinosaur in this franchise. And a lot of love has been given to the T-Rex, and which rightfully so, and the raptors and stuff like that. Not enough love has been given to the Spinosaurus. We really need that thing to come back. A little tease for you guys for tomorrow's video, but I've got a video coming tomorrow showcasing maybe this thing right here. Ooh, okay, that's it. That's the tease. So yeah, keep an eye out on our channel, and maybe I'll have a review for you guys tomorrow. So it's been a while since I've done a toy review over here, but it was nice to get back to it. Yeah, I know somebody had mentioned, I forget, I kind of scrolled past it, but somebody else is commenting on the fact that the Spino, you know, may or may not be in Dominion. But yeah, I mean, that nothing's confirmed yet. Anything that has been read or you know, seen at this point is all conjecture and leaks or whatever. But you know, you never know. You never know what's going to be there. Rebel Commander's commenting on how I said, you know, do a WandaVision / you know, Mandalorian show. And what I meant by that was not premise-wise. I just meant how WandaVision is the kickoff for Marvel and Mandalorian is the kickoff for Star Wars. Whatever this is, and that story I described before, I think should be the kickoff for Jurassic in the TV atmosphere, the TV realm. But yeah, you can't do a WandaVision type show for Jurassic. That just wouldn't work because we don't have witches. So yeah, that wouldn't work. But just in that vein of, you know, a kickoff series, something big, something huge that a lot of people can look forward to every week. Ian says, imagine if Tiff and Mitch are still alive and just waited 3 years for dinosaurs to get loose. Yeah, no, they're not. First off, I can't imagine because they're definitely dead. It's interesting. I have heard some people discuss that they think maybe they're still alive. But I think that's a hard no. I think that's a hard no. What's his name? Hap, on the other hand, I would say that's a hard yes. He is absolutely alive. Hap is definitely alive. No way that dude's not alive. But Mitch and Tiff, definitely dead. Definitely dead. Motion Panda says, I forgot about Dave and Roxy. Do you think they will return? Yeah, you know, an interesting comment here. Sorry, I got sidetracked by Ian's comment. He said, oh yeah, Dave and Roxy, what happened to them? It's been 22 days since that happened on the island. No, it's been much longer than that. I don't know where you getting that 22 days figure from. Let me know if you're still here. Let me know where you get that 22 days from. Going back to Dave and Roxy, though, that's an interesting one to me because season 1 leaves off with them being really, really, really determined to get the kids back and to save the kids, right? So they were trying super hard to get to them found them at one point, saw them get on the monorail, and then they were, going to meet them at the boat, but that never happened. And they fought tooth and nail to go back to the island to try to find the kids, but the guy would not let them. So they are off on the boat, just kind of, with nothing to do at that point. But if we think about where that boat goes, right, it has to go to Costa Rica, and it goes to whatever that big hangar was that we see Owen and Claire and the kids and the kids' parents and all the other people that were on the island. We see that hangar where everybody is kind of located as a recovery unit. And so Dave and Roxy are there somewhere. But like, why? I don't know why there was no reference to them in in season 2. It's so strange to me that they didn't show up at all, because and going off of that 22 days thing, the start of the series, season 2, was like a day or two later. It was very shortly after, a few days later. And then there's kind of like a cut forward, like 6 to 8 weeks. So they go a few months later down the road. A few months later, and these kids are still there, and we still got no reference. Even if they had just done like a season or an episode 2 or something like that kind of just showcased what people are doing on the mainland or whatever's happening with the parents and Dave and Roxy. Because you would think that Dave and Roxy would have made a hard attempt at trying to find out what happened or trying to get back to the island with somebody, some team, an extraction team of some kind. But it's very odd to me that there's no indication that anybody tried. I know it's the kid's story and all, but I think that comes in hand with the kid's story, Stargazer 101, thank you so much. I guess for the super chat. I really, really appreciate you helping to keep our podcast going here. Thank you so much for that super chat. Man, this comment though, how much is it for your beard? Just kidding. Hope you have a good day. What are you gonna do with it? Do you not have a beard? Is it gonna that's creepy, go on your face like that? No. You just gonna put it in a bag and have it in a drawer, super glue it to your face? I don't know. But it's not for sale. No, it's stuck on there. It's for now. It's stuck on there. I'll let you know though when if it ever does come off here. So we'll get to the bottom of that. I don't know. It's not gonna happen though. Ian says, "What do you think happens to Bumpy?" I think I did a whole tangent on what I think happens to Bumpy. Short story: kids leave it on the island. You need to stay here. This is where you deserve to live with the other dinosaurs. And then ends up on the boat in Fallen Kingdom, going to the mainland. And the kids find it. They watch it on TV, and oh my God, that's Bumpy. And then that's the story for season 4. That's what I think happens to Bumpy. So JC Reviews brings up an interesting point about Dave and Roxy. It says, I think that in season 3, that Dave and Roxy were the people that got the signal from the kids because they went back again to the island to save the kids. That's interesting. I could definitely see that being the case, that, they make a big, mysterious reveal that hey, that the signal's been received. Who did it? Wasn't Mitch and Tiff. They had no idea. They just made it up. But maybe it was Dave and Roxy. I would love that. Honestly, I would love a rescue operation from literally just Dave and Roxy. I think that would be pretty fun. That would be really, really fun. And I know the creative team, Colin, all these people behind the series have said this is not a show about adults saving kids, but I think at the end of the day, it kind of has to be. I don't know. Does it? I think the kids have been so let down by adults that sure, it would be a big, it would be a big thing for them to do it themselves. But I think there needs to be some resolution there on kids' relationship to adults, and if they can trust them, and if they can, rely on them. And the first 2 seasons clearly state that kids cannot rely on adults for any kind of safety or supervision. But I would love it if they kind of reversed that mentality and just kind of said, look, you kids did it. You did it. This is on you. The only reason we're back is because you brought us here. That would be the way to still do it. Sure, adults come and help save them, but they only are able to because of the kids. I think that would be a good way to kind of do both things at the same time. I'm like, I'm getting so lost in the comments here since I'm so far behind. So I don't really know what most of the time you guys are talking about. Yeah. Yeah, Rebel Commander just realized, I don't know how you just realized, but you just realized Jurassic is one of the only AAA franchises not to have a major EU. It has an EU, it's just not that major yet. Yeah, I mean, it does, sort of, but barely, And honestly, the only one that you can rely on currently is Camp Cretaceous. That's it. I mean, that's the only one that they're letting you know is real. So that's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about, the future is hopeful and promising for Jurassic, but I'm also still a little disappointed none of this happened sooner, is the fact that EU is nothing right now. It's really, outside of Camp Cretaceous, it's nothing. And, even Camp Cretaceous didn't really do a ton. It hasn't done a ton to expand the EU just yet. First season was really mostly contained within the same story. Sure, it went off of that story a little, but for like an episode and a half. And then the new season, really, it's just its own story in a jungle. It didn't really dive into a lot of deep stuff. Really was its own story about hunters and kids and relying on adults again. So yeah, I would really love it if they took the EU a bit seriously here. Yeah, let me see something. I want to bring up some information here. So, somebody had said, where did it go? Lost my chat. JC Review says in CC1, Camp Cretaceous won Best FX. Oh, and it just lost it again. Let me go back up. Won Best FX and TV show today. What did they... They didn't win anything yet, did they? I saw that they got nominated for Annie Awards, which... So let's see. Let's bring up this... let me bring that over here so we can all take a look together. Why is that not bringing it up? Come on. Why is that view not working? Well, I don't know why that's not working. Never mind. Might not be able to bring up the website right now. Technical glitch. Anyway, let's take a look. So let's see. Where is Camp Cretaceous here in the list? All right, so best FX for TV media. Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous episode, Welcome to Jurassic World. You know, it's going up a bit against a bunch of other shows as well. Fast and Furious, Spy Racers, Lamp Life, Tales of Arcadia, and Transformers War for Cybertron. So, best FX for TV media. You know, I don't know. I mean, I think it could have a chance. I don't know. Maybe. I feel like Lamp Life has a good chance of probably winning there. Maybe. I know a lot of people like Tales of Arcadia. I don't know. I think it could go either way. But let's see what else. Was there another one? Ooh. Like this best character animation in a video game, Last of Us Part 2. Ooh, yeah. Not seeing anything just yet. Seen the Clone Wars a few times. Let's see. This is a big list of nominees. Let's just see what we can find with Cretaceous. I'm only seeing the one nomination, so that's probably it. But let's see. Let's go back to the chat here. So I don't think it won anything yet. I don't know when. When is the awards? The awards. April 16th. Friday, April 16th. Those awards will be decided, I guess. All right, let's see what else we got here in the chat. A lot of talk of toys here. Seeing a lot about the visitor center, how that would be really cool to see return. Rubber Apatosaurus. I think, yeah, let's see. Proper Echo. Yeah, that's the thing about Echo. It depends on how you want to view proper. Because according to, like, the style guide, I guess you could say, that is the proper Echo for the new model. The Amber Collection and sort of one, I think it was like one of the jumpers, maybe. That's kind of the way Echo looks now. So, I don't know. That's just the way it looks according to the style guide for Camp Cretaceous, which was only in it for like a split second and barely seen in the background. A lot of talk on playsets for toys, of course. That'd be awesome. JC Reviews asks, hey, are you Team Godzilla or Kong? It's such a hard question for me, Team Godzilla or Kong. I know a lot of Jurassic fans tend to lead towards Godzilla because of the fact that it's more dinosaur in nature than Kong, right? I mean, it looks more like a dinosaur than Kong. Kong, on the other hand, those films typically have dinosaurs in them. I don't think the recent one did. It had a lot of different creatures, but I don't think there was any dinosaurs in there. I forget. It's been a while since I've seen it. But this is such a difficult one. I've got a long love of long history and a lot of love for Kong. Kongfrontation was one of my favorite attractions at Universal. Studios before they got rid of it. That ride is just a marvel. What they were able to create back then, that ride is just amazing, and I can't believe it's no longer there. It's such a bummer that that's been gone for so many years now. So I've got a lot of love for that. I love the films, the Kong films. The Peter Jackson one was awesome. I really love Kong Skull Island. The new Kong attraction in Islands of Adventure is amazing. It literally is the best Jurassic ride that Islands of Adventure has. Even though it's not Jurassic, it still is the best Jurassic ride. So far, who knows with Velocicoaster coming in. But Godzilla, I love Godzilla so much. I really do. I've got a deep history for that as well, like deep fondness, because, well, I'm not as much of an early adopter as many, but when was it? 2001 or somewhere? No, was it? No, it's probably a little earlier than that. 1998 or something. Whenever that Godzilla movie came out with Matthew Broderick. I know it's like a very interesting depiction of Godzilla, but I love that movie so much. I just watched it the other day. I've heard a lot of people talk trash about that movie, but I love that movie so much. And the 2014 Godzilla, I always feel like I'm one of the only people that likes that movie. So many people dislike that movie, but I love that movie so much. I just, again, watched that the other day too. And then Godzilla King of the Monsters, I saw that thing 3 times in the theater. I've seen Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom both 3 times in the theater. Yeah. And so I really loved Godzilla King of the Monsters. So going into this movie, I think it's going to go the route that we assume it's going to go. The same with Batman vs Superman. They're not going to, both have the same mom name or anything like that. But I think by the end of it, there will be one winner, which we saw recently on Twitter. I forget who said it, but somebody said there will be one winner in Godzilla vs. Kong. And I think that winner is going to be the team of Godzilla and Kong. So I think that's got to be the way it goes. I don't think there's really any way around that they team up together. Maybe one dies, but I think they've got to team up together. And I don't know. I don't think this should be the end for Kong. Godzilla will now have been a part of 3 movies, right? Kong will have been a part of 2 movies. So I think Kong, deserves another chance here at a solo movie. I don't know. But I feel like it's going to still be a team up. I still feel like it'll be a team up. I don't think there's any way. They're both heroic in nature, A lot of love for the Spino here. So JC Reviews says, I also think that Hap is alive. I don't know why. I think he could be alive, but I think he's wait, what? But I think he's most likely dead, probably. You sound confused, as do I. And Jurassic World fan says, if Hap is still alive, the Barrys will be dead. I don't think that's accurate. I do think Hap is definitely alive. And my reasoning, and going up here, somebody else mentioned, Jared mentioned, you never know, Tiff could be missing an arm or a leg from the season 2 finale. No, I think audio cues, visual cues, what we see going on, and the audio cues specifically. With Tiff, I think, if I remember correctly, she screams a lot, and there's dinosaur roars. With Mitch, I think there's just a giant chomp and the roar and all that. So you're getting that. And then, so the audio cue is there that there's a chomp, and then the same thing with Tiff. It's really audible that there's a death happening here. With Hap, listen to the audio, there's just a dinosaur roar. There's no indication of death there. I don't think there's any reason to believe that character has died at all. And I think that would be a great thing. And actually, another way that the kids could rely on an adult at that point. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, exotic Fred Bear says, I feel Hap is dead. I mean, a mediocre electric rod against three baryonics circling him. I feel there is no way he'd survive. Well, luckily for him, there's I don't know. There's a scene later on where the T-Rex is kind of thrown off by the electrical rod. So, maybe you could scare away the three. Is there three at that point? Yeah, there's still three baryonics at that point. I think he could. I still think he could get out of there. I think, it would be a very similar kind of situation like we saw with Ben in season 2. It's like, I don't think Hap would get a full episode, but I think it would get like, a few minute scene showcasing how we got out of that situation. And I also don't think that he would just escape, but I think what could be interesting for Hap to survive is the fact that there could be a beacon somewhere, another beacon, but this time for the boat, to showcase where the boat is located, a tracking device of some sort, so that he could say, the boat is right around the corner. It's literally, it went into a cove where the kids didn't see it. They thought the boat just went off into sea, but it went around a cove, and the kids don't know it's there. And Hap knows because he's got a tracker. So I could definitely see that happening, and so that boat still coming into play. Let's see, what else we got here? Probably winding down here. I'll probably exit here in just a minute, guys. But, yeah, Monsterzilla says, you have a Godzilla toy. I do. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's, like, over here somewhere. Braxton says, thoughts on the Mr. Arnold digital render and packaging. That arm, though, need him in 3 3/4 inch scale, though. You think he'll make it to Legacy Collection? I think that would be a safe bet. I think that would probably be a safe bet. I don't know when, but so far, what they've made in Amber is available in 3 3/4 inch. Human-wise, I mean, we only have 2 humans at this point. But I think it'll happen. I feel like with a lot of these figures, they're kind of like, I don't know. Let's see. Like they're almost. Oh no, I guess we have 3 humans. Sorry, 3 humans. But with the humans, I almost feel like they're just scaled up 3 3/4 inch figures. So it's possible. But as far as what do I think about it, it's interesting. The second photo that came out was a lot better. The mustache was a bit thicker and kind of looked a little bit more like him. But the first picture just really didn't cut it for me. But I still have it pre-ordered. I'll still get it. I'll still be really into it. And that arm, for sure. I'm really excited about the removable arm there. That'll be awesome. But yeah, I think we're gonna end the show here, guys. I really appreciate everybody who's been here tonight. This has been fun. And I love it when there's a lot of conversation going on. Obviously, I love that. That's awesome. But I love it when I come here, to these live streams and I didn't plan a single topic, and I know I can rely on you guys to keep the chat going and keep the conversation going, keeping the ideas flowing. So, there's never anything lacking here. There's always something to talk about with Jurassic fans, and it's usually pretty easy to discuss all this stuff with you guys. You guys are super knowledgeable as well. A lot of times you know more than I do, but you're all super knowledgeable, so it's easy to kind of bounce things off of you guys. I love just playing around with theories and ideas, especially here on the live streams. I think I have some of the most fun just kind of tinkering around with some crazy theories and ideas, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. A lot of the stuff that I mentioned here tonight just is often a whim. It's often a off the cuff, cusp and off the cuff. Yeah. What was I trying to say? It's off the cuff stuff that I just I like winging it. And I think that's where we have a lot of fun. Sometimes when I come with topics that we have to discuss, it ends up being a little bit more stiff than I like. So I love just kind of coming here with nothing to talk about with you guys. And I don't know what we've got planned next week, but we will be here again next week, next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you like what I'm talking about here and you want to hear more from me, I actually have another live stream, but related to Star Wars. That's going to be happening tomorrow night. That is every other Thursday night over on the Forcecasts Facebook page. So if you go to their Facebook page, you can listen to us talk all about Star Wars and stuff like that. So that's going to be really fun. So stick around for that tomorrow night, 9 p.m. And of course, please go download the Jurassic Park podcast. Go to JurassicParkPodcast.com. You can find all of our links over there for social media. Please follow us on social media. Follow our podcast wherever you can find it on our site. Please check out all of our team members over on the site. I just recently revamped that page so you can get a good glimpse at who is a part of the show. A lot of times I am just part of the equation. Most of the time I'm just part of the equation. I am the host, the producer of the podcast, and I do these live streams, but there are so many other talented people that are part of our team, and some really, really amazing creative people with really fun ideas. And we all are contributors to the Jurassic Park podcast as a whole. So yeah, I love that you guys all stuck around for this. Thank you again for the super chats. Anytime you guys donate to the super chats, it really, really helps us with keeping this podcast afloat, paying for our stuff that we need to pay for in the back end. And I really appreciate it. So hopefully I'm going to tinker around with the live stream a little bit. Maybe next week I'll have some fun new stuff. We'll see. But I should probably work on the back end here and make sure we get this out. But again, I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. And I'm already gone. I don't know why I'm already gone. Hey, I'm still here. See, this is why I'm going to tinker around and try to get something new for next week, because I'm getting a little tired of this software and might need to upgrade to something else. So I appreciate everybody sticking around here. It's been fun. See you guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. And of course, enjoy.